If you guys know, we love aviation, from model aviation to general aviation. Recently, we partnered with our good friends at the EAA to basically recreate the ultimate trainer that is both easy to build, can fly in diverse weather, and also be a fun group project. For that reason, we went ahead and set out to take one of our favorite trainers, the Simple Scout XL, and recreate it to become the Super Scout. Now, this design has been around for a lot of years, and we've done a lot of crazy episodes, from our 20-foot B-17 laser tag episode to training hundreds and hundreds of kids and adults how to fly, and even use it as a platform at Flitetest to train people at the event. There are some drawbacks to this design because of the huge size of it. Basically, the wing was glued in and it wasn't able to be transported easy. We thought this episode would be a really fun episode to kind of take you guys through the process of what we do when we design an airplane, but also to show you what we've learned over the many years of designing airplanes and how we fix those problems and how we test it. And also, we're going to be having a visit from our good friend Tanner Ewing from Ewing Aerospace. He's the gentleman that's designing our ESCs. He's bringing along some samples for us to do bad things with. We got a lot of work to do. Let's get to it. So basically, all the techniques on this are pretty much the same. You're going to glue on your doublers, you're going to weed out the cavities, and then it's going to fold and jig together, and then those pieces are going to join other pieces. This is the same technique we use on our Tubby B-17 that works so well. You basically can make these small assemblies and make them very square, very true, very easily, and then they go together kind of like Legos. Yeah. Do you like the way it locks together?
I like the way it locks together.
Yeah. So basically, Bob and I, we got to go down to Wisconsin, a few months back, right?
Yes, just before Christmas.
Just before Christmas, we took a road trip to Oshkosh, Wisconsin, where they basically do AirVenture. And by the way, we are planning on going this year. So if you guys are going to AirVenture, make sure you look us up and say hi. But the chapters do this really cool thing, and that's where basically they get together with lots of kids and families, and they do a long experience build where basically they put together an RC airplane, and it goes from the build table to ultimately flying, and they teach the kids how to fly. For that reason, we brought down the Scout XL kit, and we built it along with all the different chapter group leaders and a lot of the leadership at EAA, and had an amazing experience. But we also found out there's a lot of things we could do better.
That's right.
The first piece of the fuselage is all together now. We're going to go ahead and move on to the tail piece. And what's unlike the original is we made this two pieces, so you're not working with a really, really big fuselage. And all the folds are actually pointing towards the downside, which means you get a beautiful top finish on the fuse. We're going to go ahead and build the back piece and see how it goes. All right, so Tanner's here, and you just brought down the first samples of our ESC line. It's going to be, 25, 40 amp, and 80 amp ESCs,
25,
right?
40, and 80, yep.
That's huge, dude.
Yeah.
What are we doing today?
Well, hopefully we're going to do some testing.
So if you guys remember back around the end of the year, we announced that basically we're not only going to be making our airframes in America, but using Tanner and his amazing team from Ewing Aerospace, we're also going to be bringing in things like speed controls, flight control boards, and so much more. The first thing we promised and we teased was these ESCs. And now we're at the final steps where we're just basically testing and tuning, right?
Yeah, so these are prototypes. They're kind of pieced together, from cables and stuff that we just have. They're not like the final product, but yeah, they should be functionally identical to what you're just, expect in the product.
That's huge. And the fact that we're going from an 8-bit to a 32-bit, that gives us some really cool benefits in regards to like some of the quad technology and the precision and the timing.
Yeah, so there's many advantages to 32-bit, but the biggest one is that you'll get smoother motor operations, you'll get more responsive control, and you'll get less heat generally.
Okay. One of the cool benefits you guys are going to have is we're going to be able to supply you with a programming card that will give you the ability to change a lot of features. And there's a lot of features that are always being updated with AM32. Braking, you can turn it on and off. You can do a couple safety features that were from the quad world that we can bring into here. Now one thing that a lot of people have a problem with, and we always gave warranties on our ESCs, lifetime warranty. We've overbuilt them. They're going in to the high grass, and they flip over and they crash, but maybe they're a new pilot. Will this be able to handle a stall?
So go ahead and throttle it up right now while I hold it down.
Okay. Dude, that's awesome.
And I mean, my expectation would be that you could leave that like that all day. So.
No way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can we try that?
I mean, I don't recommend it, but go for it.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. It's not getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Typically, if you're flying an airplane and say you flipped over on crash, which is a very common thing, and you're full throttle and you flip over, the first thing that pops is the ESC, and sometimes that'll even take out your motor.
Yeah, so there's a number of things that we really focused on this. So one of the things is if we rate an ESC at 25 amps, we're actually using FETs that are designed for let's say 60 amps.
Oh, really?
And that doesn't mean go dump 60 amps through the ESC, but we're kind of overbuilding the ESC.
I love that. So basically, you guys are going to get the best of the best. Now, we have a huge community here. You guys can look for this to come out. We know applications will be in the hobby world, but also the UAS world for the 25, 40, and 80 amp ESC. But also, we're going to be working with Tanner to bring to what we're calling affectionately Flite Test UAS, the CAN ESC solution. So if you guys want to know more about that, we're going to have a link down below so that you guys can get updates because we know a lot of our community is not also in the hobby world, but also in the UAS world too. And we want to serve needs for both. So Tanner, let's do some more bad things. I cannot believe that didn't blow up. I mean,
yeah, like I said, I think you could do that all day.
We'll have to put that to the test. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this in an airplane and we're going to fly it and we're going to get some accurate readings. But look for more updates. Also subscribe to our newsletter because we're going to have a lot of those updates in there. And we're going to do bad things to this ESC. You ready to do it?
Let's go. It sounds like fun.
All right, so a lot of people oftentimes have difficulty with being able to paint their airplanes and peels. One thing we use is Rust-Oleum 2X. That seems to be sticking the best. But also, after you scuff it real good with a red pad or a steel wool and then get all the debris off of it. Go over it with the Rust-Oleum 2X primer. A real light coat of white primer or gray primer, depending on what color you're doing it. Let that dry for about 15 minutes. The biggest thing where people oftentimes get adhesion issues is they try to put too much paint down too quickly. Give yourself at least 15 minutes of dry time, and every coat, whether it's primer or whether it's color, go on incredibly light. After you put the first coat on, and then you put the second coat on 15 minutes, you'll be amazed at how it goes from very speckly to actually a very solid color. This is actually just 2 coats right here, but if I try to put it on in 1 coat, it would peel off too easily. Also, time is your friend with this. The more coats you put on, the longer you want to give. First coats I'll give with real light will be 15 minutes. Sometimes I'll wait 30 minutes if it's a hot, humid day or if it's really cold. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off this side. I'm going to flip it over then. I'm going to do the other side. One really cool thing about paint is you can always do touch-ups. So if I scratch it up on this bed here, not a big deal.
So we have 2 of the new Scout XL V2s built and ready to go. As you see, they're not fully assembled yet. I don't have like the back part of the cowling on or anything like that. It just makes it easier to tape off and paint because then you can paint those pieces separate for if you want different colors or whatever that. Makes it all super simple. But we're tossing these in some paint to make them look a little prettier. And this one's gonna be painted up just like the triplanes that we have. To make it easier to mask off, what I went ahead and did is before I even added the trash bag, I went around on the line that I wanted to have super straight, tape that off first, just so I had a place where I can tape the trash bag to and not worry if it's straight or not. And the reason the trash bag's here is rather than trying to put like a big old piece of cone paper over this or tape off everything, it just makes it so paint will not get on it. Super simple, super easy, and everyone's got trash bags. So let's go see how well this works and let's get in some paint.
So along with our Super Scout here, we're also designing a lot of different options like you see here. One thing we really want to improve is something like the takeoff experience. So for that reason, I'm 3D printing this awesome little steerable tail wheel. Now, one really cool thing is you can go from 3D printing to actually something that can be manufactured in injection molding, but we don't have that equipment. But luckily, our good friends at PCBWay do. PCBWay is a great resource when you want to be able to make your idea a reality, especially with equipment that you may not have access to. Oftentimes what you see us do is we'll prototype out of something that's 3D printed, then we'll send it over to PCBWay, and then they can use their equipment to make things like injection molding. Check out PCBWay. They've been a great partner for us, and they can be a great partner for you too. So these are the decals from our Fokker triplane here that we're going to be putting on. It actually fits perfectly. So I think Michael's plane is going to be a German plane, and I think we're going to make the plane I'm going to be flying a British plane.
All right, so we are ready to fly. We are ready. I have a beautiful looking Super Scout XL.
Yes. We were trying to figure out what name to name this, and Stefan's like, I don't think it's like the V3 or whatever. I think it's the Super Scout. And it's stuck.
Yeah, dude, it's great. I love the Super Scout.
And it's definitely super, but also we want to give you a first experience. Stefan has not flown this yet. So we've had lots of other people building, lots of other people flying and testing it out in our different versions.
Right.
But this is the final version. We'll see what your first experience is.
Yeah, I'm super stoked with all the new changes and stuff, let alone it looks beautiful, so I can't wait to see it in the air.
Well, we are blessed with a beautiful day. We're going to take this out, put it up for a flight, see how it performs, and then we'll share with you a lot of the different features that we made from the original Scout XL to the Super Scout. Let's
Ready
go
to do
fly.
this? Let's do it.
So we are out to Ready Board Runway here. Huge shout out to Ready Board. As always, we are going to be giving out plans that you guys can download. All you want to do if you want to get those free plans is be an FTCA paid member. Yes. You'll be able to download them as soon as you see this video and as soon as it's live. Huge shout out to Dan Sponholz as well. Now, keep in mind, anytime you're scratch building, you can use either our maker foam made by Ready Board or you can use the Adams Ready board that you can find at the dollar store.
Yes.
One important thing is don't use Ross or Elmer's. Ross is too weak, Elmer's is too heavy. So make sure you use Ready board.
That's right.
All right, so the reason it's now called a Super Scout instead of a V3 and stuff like that is because it's basically a whole different airplane. The only thing I didn't touch was the rudder, and everything else has literally been touched. One of the biggest things is typically when you have a plane this size, you know, you'd have to kind of kneel down, you have to flip it on its back, you'd tilt your tail, and you'd be pushing your battery. And if you're like me and you do a ton of loops and rolls, the battery would object and the plane would become a free flight. And we did that so many times.
Yeah, dude, we did a lot.
So we changed that immediately, and now we have a total top hatch with a huge space for the battery. You can go all the way up to 4-cell, and we left the bottom still open so that way you can get plenty of airflow over the ESC and it doesn't get too hot.
So much room for activities.
So much room for activities. We also made room for the Aura. A lot of people were having difficulty with plugging in the Aura because it had to be upside down, so they had to go to their computer. They couldn't just simply plug it in. We do have a custom tune that is phenomenal for this. We're going to post it on the store listing, so you can download that for free. Kike Samanzini, huge shout out to you. You were test flying this and said, Bixler, you got to put right thrust in this airplane. Stop this nonsense with no right thrust. So we listened to him. We put right thrust in here. That means when you're giving it throttle, it should track nice and straight. This is really going to help you out with takeoffs and landings. You won't have that initial kick.
That's huge.
Yep. And then finally, people with small cars can't enjoy the Scout XL.
That's right.
We changed it, didn't we?
Dude, removable wings.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
We learned so much with the B-17 and also the Retro Rocket on how to make really good, simple removable wings. This is not only a removable wing, but it also carries all the electronics and stuff. It wires everything beautifully. When you're done with it, you don't have wires dangling out like a fish that just went to the bathroom. It's literally all tucked in, a place for everything, which is really cool.
That's awesome.
And then finally, we made sure the cockpit was a little bit different now, where you can customize your cockpit, you can put head tracking, FPV, so many great options to be able to go in that, and you're ready to fly.
Superb.
Awesome. I think there's even more here. We'll talk about that when we get in the air. We also moved the wing back an inch, and we cheated out some of the dimensions to kind of hide that so it doesn't look like the nose is too long.
Right.
But this takes care of our center of gravity issues that a lot of people are having.
Again, the reason why we call it the Super Scout.
Exactly, exactly. At the end of the day, 3300s back in the day were a lot heavier than 3300s today, and when people put paint jobs on it and the tail weight comes into play, it was just killing the whole experience.
Yeah.
So this is a whole new airplane, although it looks like something we're very familiar with. I can't wait for you to fly it.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm
All right,
stoked. Let's put these batteries on.
You got it. All right. You know, for the first time I can say it with a Scout, I can actually back taxi, which is so nice. Look at that. Just my two best friends.
Dude, that's so cool. I've never done that before in my life.
Typically what happens is you're like fighting against the wind and stuff, but no, you just plant your tail down and life is good. Look at that, boom.
One
And
stick.
I designed this to basically fit on pretty much any of our airplanes, but the XL series is really the perfect size. Are you ready? There you go. Oh, look at that, you're lining up perfectly. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ready, set, go. Oh yeah, we're up in the air, bro. Look at me go. Oh man, that was so close. I thought you were gonna hit me, Michael.
So did he crash? Yes. Was it Michael's fault? Yes.
Ooh.
So we're flying on the pockets here. Like I said, I have the ELRS system. Flying is still just under half throttle, just to cruise around. If I could ever have one airplane, this would be the one. It handles wind well. You can train people on it, but you can also go up to amazing aerobatics with it too.
Yes. This the cool thing about this plane, dude, is that like it's a trainer plane, but it's also very maneuverable.
It is. We're flying a large size airplane in an area that typically you'd fly a very slow park flyer. You know?
Yeah.
And you know, as far as maneuverability goes, like this is one of the reasons I love it. Like it just has no problems all day long. Now this was actually the trainer of choice at Flite Test last year, and we're gonna have Mark and Katie, Bob Parmalee, Lucas back. Lucas is a pro with this thing.
Oh, dude, he is like the master scout flyer, dude.
So that's actually where we had 90+ degree days. We kept folding wings like kites. Oh, I forgot about that. We put spars in it.
Yes, spars.
So along with that removable wing, we actually have plywood spars, so you should be able to do a lot of naughty things. And my favorite part, Bombay.
Dude, yes, the Bombay, dude. Mine does not have a Bombay currently. Okay, mine is more of a chill zone. But Josh's, we're gonna have some fun.
I'm gonna just do a little inverted pass here.
Ooh, I'll do a low regular pass.
And if I touch the tail, we'll see how the damage is. I felt.
I'm gonna come right behind you.
Anything you wanna do as long as it's slow.
Right.
You know, whee! And we'll test out those wings.
Oh, yes. She likes it. Dude, yeah, it's got more than enough power, it's got more than enough capability, and not only can you go fast, but you can go slow. Ooh, inverted.
Oh, all day long.
I'm gonna go up a little higher and try inverted.
Yeah, try inverted. So there's a really cool feature on the pocket that we programmed in to go along with the Aura, and that's a panic button. A lot of times people are teaching themselves how to fly. You can go into level assist, which is right now hands off. You're gonna steer almost like you steer an RC car. Good job, man. And you can see basically when we give instruction, we just say left pressure, right pressure, back pressure.
Yep.
As we want to turn faster, it's left and back, right and back. But this basically turns this plane, I know I'm going to saw a lot of people, into a ridiculously easy RC car in the sky.
Right.
Left, right, forward, back is all you need to worry about.
I mean, that's hands off. I'm
Yeah.
8 feet from the ground, 6 feet from the ground
Yep.
is hands off, dude. Unbelievable.
Now imagine you're getting to the next step here. You're flying, but you want to start doing aerobatics. I'm going to go ahead and put the gyros where it's an acro. Now watch this. I have a momentary button here. I'll roll it upside down, push that button, boom.
Yeah, dude, the
Roll it upside
panic
down,
button, bro.
Push the button, boom. Yeah.
Really is. It's a buddy box solution almost. Well, at least half.
Yep. And speaking of buddy box, thanks to our good friends at Radio Master, we told them we wanted a wireless buddy box solution, and they stepped up in a big way. We're going to have a wireless buddy box that's a backpack that can go on either the pocket radios, and we'll also have an adapter for the TX16. Don't you hit my airplane.
I like it because I can taxi wherever I want to go.
I love it. Yeah, you can go wherever you want.
Literally, it's a journey, both on the ground and on.
Perfect. All right, well, we have one last thing. I have just enough battery here. We got to do a bomb drop.
We have to.
All right.
Can't wait.
Let's do it now. All right, so we live on a golf course, and after we use the B-17 to drop the balls, we're like, yeah, that's kind of the gold standard now. How many golf balls can it fit?
How many can we drop at one time?
I wouldn't suggest doing golf balls. Do what our friends at RC Sailors do. Get a bunch of those whistling Nerf darts.
Ooh, yeah.
They're fantastic. They're cheap. You can get them on Amazon.
Super light, too.
And they whistle, which is cool. But for now, we're going to use golf balls.
Range ball, number
Fill in
one.
your divots. Yeah, so what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 golf balls.
Hey, that's good.
All right, we'll do that. Ooh, she's under pressure. You know what? We can move that one over there.
Over here.
Under pressure.
Under pressure.
Hit my little button.
Which one?
Right there.
This one?
Yep. Release.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was cool too. Dude, it's crazy how what you can do with like servos and RC things. This is crazy, dude.
I love it. So this is right over the center of gravity. We'll see what the handling's like and everything. Obviously, we were flying so slow on the tip of a stall.
Yeah.
We have a much higher wing load. We probably have 1.5 pounds of golf balls in there.
That's right, dude.
So, you know, fly responsibly, take it up and have some fun. But then again, use your Nerf darts, not golf balls.
Yeah, and don't drop over people, all those things. Just keep it out. Safety first.
So let's go, we'll just back taxi.
Yep, little back taxi to
Yeah.
with your
So,
steerable tail wheel.
if you're watching this video right now, we will also have our little tiny steerable tail wheel option that you can get for this and also other ones. I love this little guy. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna see how quick I can get in the air. 3, 2, 1. Oh, not
All right,
bad at
so that
all.
was like 3 feet.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
even
beauty.
flying responsible.
She doesn't even care. Scout don't care.
And look, she's still nice and slow, still happy. All right.
Where are you gonna
Are
drop
we-
these?
I want to put it right on ready board runway.
Right on ready board run. I love that.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
3, I hope this goes. 3, 2, 1, and boop!
Oh, you got one. You
come
got
on.
one though.
I'm nested. All right,
Are you gonna do
Here we
crazy
go.
maneuvers?
3, 2, 1, wing stress test. Ha!
Scout had a baby.
I thought we pushed him a little too hard. Oh.
That was awesome
All
though.
right. All right, so friends, we are super thrilled with how the new Super Scout XL turned out, and that is so much thanks to your guys' feedback. Ever since the beginning of Flight Test, the reason that we've gone to where we are is because of your feedback, your inspiration, and so much more. Now, this plane was designed with a lot of heart and a lot of passion, and the reason for that is we really want to create the ultimate beginner and trainer experience, not just for people to build and fly, but also for people to use this plane as a tool to train others. And that starts with our good friends at the EAA that are using this project to be able to bring into chapters so they can build with kids and families and teach them how to fly, but it also goes to you guys too. And along with that, it goes into our STEM programs. If you guys aren't aware, for over 10 years now, we have been doing FT STEM, and I'm happy to let you know that it has gotten a huge facelift. Our FT STEM program offers curriculum from K through 12, with not only amazing model kits, but also incredible curriculum to go along with it too. It's been completely revamped to be able to serve educators even better. And along with growing our FT STEM platform, we're also growing the team. We're looking to add to the FT STEM sales force. This is because we want to be able to bring aviation to every classroom. So if you want to learn more about FT STEM, check out the link below. And if you're also ready to join the team and help us bring flight into the classroom, click on the link down in the description below to go to our LinkedIn page to learn more about that. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm happy to say that the new Simple Scout is now available in so many different forms, and we've also created some incredible accessories like an instrument panel, steerable tail wheel, and so much more. Make sure you check out our listing page and also check out our build video. And for those of you that like the scratch build, if you join the FTCA as a paid member, you can right now download those plans free of charge. Thank you so much for being part of the Flitetest family, and we'll see you next time.